Welcome to the video channel of Hotelier Indonesia magazine. I'm Bill Healey, and today we're privileged to speak with Peter Harradine. Welcome to the show, Peter.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity of being interviewed.
Oh, it's a pleasure. We're happy to learn more about you and what you do. Could you give us a bit of a background how you got your start in golf and golf design?
Actually, yeah, it's quite a long story, dating back a while. My step-grandfather was a golf pro in Shooters Hill in London, and he sort of got my dad into golf, and they all went to a place called Bad Ragaz in Switzerland when my dad was 13 years old. And that's where he got his golf passion from. And although hockey, his name was Hockey, actually, my step-grandfather, went back to the UK with the whole family. And there's an anecdote which is there's a very famous hotel in Bad Ragaz called the Quellenhof, one of the best hotels in Switzerland. And the director of the Quellenhof, my dad wanted to go back to the UK, and the director of the Quellenhof in Switzerland said, look, you know, if you go back to the UK, you'll be a very small fish in a big bowl. Whereas if you stay in Switzerland, you'll be a very big fish in a small bowl. So I suggest that you stay in Switzerland. And my dad stayed in Switzerland. He spoke the Swiss German, which, you know, the local dialect very well because he grew up there, and started actually designing golf courses at the age of 16, 17 in Switzerland. Those were his first jobs.
Okay, and the company Harradine Golf Design started with you or started with your father?
No, actually, we named it Harradine Golf later on. He used to call it, his name was Donald, he used to call it Donald Harradine Golf Course Architect. We actually changed the name to Harradine Golf. I thought it would be better to change it just to Harradine because I'm hoping my son will carry on, and once you get a first name in there, then it's difficult to change. So Harradine is just Harradine, and that's it.
Okay. How did you learn about design? Did you go to school for it, or did you just pick it up as part of the?
No, I'm a landscape architect. I never actually got the degree or diploma because I was too good at school. But I actually spent 2 years in the States. Unfortunately, only the East Coast. It was 1965, 66. And in those years, you didn't really go to school much. I mean, there's a lot of things to do. So basically, yeah, but I learned a lot there. I mean, I learned my basics in landscape architecture there. And I actually worked for an American golf course architect called Eddie Alt. And we built a few golf courses in the States, and I learned a lot of the theoretical stuff as well before I went back to Switzerland.
Okay, did you actually play golf growing up as well?
Yes, yes. I started playing golf when I was 6 years old. I must admit I was never as good as my son. My best handicap was 4. I just couldn't get it below 4. Yeah, I used to play a lot of golf. I played a lot of golf, in fact, and I miss it now because I had a back operation, and the doctor said, "Look, just stop playing golf because it's just going to get worse." And I still have very big back problems, but I'm not thinking of getting operated on at all again.
Now you're currently in Dubai. I know we had to work on scheduling this between all of your different stops on your travel. What's your typical month like? How many different places do you go in a given month? You must be always on airplanes.
Yeah. I mean, you asked me one of the questions how many countries, and I tried this morning actually to quickly. I said, "Oh, I might as well look at these questions before the interview," and I started marking them all down. I mean, definitely 20 countries. I'm sure I haven't got them all in there, but yeah, for sure, 20 countries. Not that we're working on now, but we worked on before and now at the same time. I mean, I have a job in Pakistan, and we're redoing the greens in France, and we're redoing the greens in Switzerland as well. It looks as if we just got a new job in Uzbekistan. And yeah, in Europe, it is mainly now renovations, courses that we built 50 years ago with the push-up greens. And now, of course, all the greenkeepers. I started with pure sand 40 years ago, and everybody said I was crazy. But now pure sand greens are the greens to be built. So the greenkeepers want pure sand, and that's what we're doing now. We're changing a lot of the greens we built 50 years ago.
Okay, wow. Now you actually have an office in Switzerland and in Dubai.
Yeah,
How many
yeah,
offices do you have? The 2 offices?
yeah. I mean, basically, we have another office in Germany with my German partners, right next to Berlin. And yeah, the office in Switzerland is the main office, and in Dubai is where we do the work. We have a lot of. I have a sister company here called Orient Irrigation. We have a lot of engineers. We have a lot. I mean, our tender documents, unlike many other golf course architects, we do a complete package. We do the irrigation. We do the lighting. We specify everything. We do a complete package when we don't go out. Everything's in house. We don't go outside. We don't go to any other specialist consultants for those type of things. We do the landscaping as well. We do everything.
Okay, and your current projects now are where in which continents, which countries that you're currently working on?
Well, as I said, we got a job in Pakistan. It looks as if I'm going to sign the contract today for the one in Uzbekistan, and Europe. It is mainly. I mean, I consider Europe, France, Germany, Switzerland, Italy. It's mainly renovations. We don't have any new jobs in Europe because getting building permits is just a nightmare, absolute nightmare. There won't be any more golf courses built in Switzerland for sure. No, mainly because of the environmentalists and the procedure to get a building permit. It's absolutely crazy. It's crazy. And yeah, unfortunately, although we use a lot less fertilizers than farmers and everything, it's proven. But no, we have a big problem. Getting building permits is a big problem, except Eastern Europe. Eastern Europe is a different thing. They haven't arrived there yet, but it'll come.
Okay, and I was going to ask, what are some of the difficulties that you run into? And right now, it seems like the building permits are one of your biggest difficulties at the moment. Have you run into any interesting situations in your history of design, course design, or construction?
The clientele is pretty particular for golf courses. And yeah, I mean, I can tell a lot of really funny stories that we've had during the construction time and design time as well. My father used to say an ideal committee should be composed of an uneven number, and 3 are too many. And quite honestly, he's absolutely right. Greens committees on golf courses are an absolute nightmare. It's a nightmare. And for us, it is a lot easier to build new courses where the clients most of the times don't really know what they're doing. than renovating old golf courses, because there's 600 members and that's 600 golf course architects, and everybody wants to change it to his own game. So it's yeah, it's quite interesting. And you know, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stories, but I think basically renovating golf courses is a big pain in the neck. Really very difficult. And also bunkers, they're putting bunkers everywhere. I come from the Italian speaking part of Switzerland, and there's 3 golf courses there, and one of them I actually designed and supervised construction myself, so there are very few bunkers. But on the other 2 courses, you know, the captains, and then they bring other people in, and the president, they all want to do their little monument, and they put bunkers everywhere, which are a disaster for the greenkeeper, because the greenkeeper, you know, they only have 7 or 8 people. You know, it's not like here in the Middle East, you have 20 people, 30 or 40 people maintaining a golf course. So it's easy. But raking bunkers is a big problem there. And it's very, you need so much maintenance. So at the end of the day, I close on those 2 courses, I close over 60 bunkers, fuzz them up completely.
Wow.
Yeah. And, you know, and the people said it's going to get easier, but it's not. You know, now with computers, they're easy. You can see what the scores are, and the scores are not any better at all. They were just useless bunkers there for nothing.
Well, what's next for Harradine Golf Design? Is it what the next generation? What carries on for 10, 15, 20 years?
Who knows? Who knows? You know, I tell you quite honestly, that is a hell of a question. I don't really know what the world's going to get into. I'm very glad I was born when I was born. Our generation had the best time. We had a fantastic life. We enjoyed it, really enjoyed it. I don't know where the world's going. I don't know where golf's going. I can only say one thing. I think COVID actually saved golf. And it's thanks to COVID that we are actually having a lot more work, because they've realized it's not a sport where every time you put the ball in the hole, you start kissing everybody and all that stuff, you know. So it's a sport where you sort of shake more hands than anything else, you know. So but where is it going? Where's golf going? I don't really know. Eastern Europe is definitely an open market still. Eastern Europe for sure. America, I don't know. I've never worked in America except for the time when I was there in 65, 66, but then I was working for Harradine Golf. And of course, you know, Vietnam and Saudi Arabia. Everybody's going crazy for Saudi Arabia at the moment. We built the course for the King 3 years ago. We're not even allowed to talk about it or where it is. And everybody's running to Saudi. Everybody's running to Saudi, and we're here in Dubai. You know, they know where I am. If they want me, I'll go over there. But it's just it's crazy. What's going on in Saudi is absolutely crazy. And I hear also Vietnam. Vietnam apparently is a real big market for golf at the time.
Yeah, I was first in Vietnam back in, I think, 1997, and there were only 3 courses there. And now it's nearing 100 courses. They've gone crazy over the past 10 years, and they're still adding more. You've got other designers there. It's just exploded over there in Vietnam.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You see, I've been very lucky. I've never looked for work, and I've gone where they called me. So if I haven't gone anywhere, it's because they didn't call me to go. So I didn't go. That's it. I've been very lucky.
Well, I think you're right, though, with Eastern Europe. I know you've done some work, I believe, in Russia, and then some of the former Russian territories as well. You've done work, or you're going to do work. So I see that area might be the next big market, or next big growth market.
Sure. I mean, we just finished the golf course in Russia as well. And we did one in Bulgaria as well, and the old Yugoslavia. And basically, yes, I think Eastern Europe is definitely a market that still for golf courses. And not only that, they don't have all these problems with the building permits.
That's right. Well, is there anything that I should be asking that I didn't ask? Any additional information you'd like to provide?
You know, I just hope, as far as I'm concerned, I love the idea of Top Golf. I think Top Golf is a great thing. It brings the kids in, and it's like a sort of a bowling alley, but it's golf. And they say that 10% of the people playing Top Golf actually join clubs afterwards, which is great. Our main problem, as far as I'm concerned, is how do you bring the kids in to play golf? You know, a lot of the older generations are going to die out, or they're going to stop playing because they got backache, or I don't know what, and they're not being replaced. You know, I think one has to concentrate a lot on bringing the young people into golf. I think it's very, very important. For them, golf isn't sexy enough, you know, and really, I mean, it's the best sport in the world. I mean, golf is fantastic. It's the only, you know, it's the only sport that you can play with your family, and the granddad wins because of the handicap system. You know, so it's really, it's a fantastic sport, and you know, it's 4.5 hours quality time. Well, depending, you might be behind a slow four ball, and then it's a 6 hour round, but
Right.
still, it's quality time. You know, really, you're there, you're giving the putts. You know, it's such an interesting psychological game. It's incredible. I mean, golf is the best game in the world, and yet it's got this bad reputation. Unfortunately, in Europe, we have a bad image because they say, "Oh, these damn capitalists playing golf in their colored trousers and all that," you know. But it's not true. I mean, there are a lot of very, very normal people playing golf, and it's the best game in the world. I think we have to do something to get the younger generation to play golf. This is very, very important, you know. And as I said before, as far as I'm concerned, it's the best game in the world. There's nothing better than golf. Nothing better than.
Yep, yep, it's a fantastic sport. And I know a lot of the focus for some of these bigger cities is just to build academies or driving ranges or the Top Golf type thing where people can go in, have a few drinks. There's loud music playing and hit some balls, and that's what they do for their golf. So it's more
Yeah, you know,
nighttime entertainment.
yeah, you know, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I hope, you know, I don't get these gimmicks, you know, about making the hole bigger and, you know, playing football on a golf course and things like that. I don't go for that. I'm a traditionalist, and as far as that's concerned, golf is golf, and it's a great game, you know, and it's great that the hole is that small because, you know, putt is you know, as the Americans say, you know, the drive's for show and the putt's for dough, you know. So I mean, at the end of the day, no, I think it should remain like that. We had a proposal here to design a 12-hole golf course. I said, forget it. I'm not going to design a 12-hole golf course. You know, either nine. I've been pushing 9-hole courses for a long time now, for about 30 years, because you can get round quicker and it's easier to maintain, costs less and everything. Nine or 18, but not 12 or all these gimmicks. I think these are the wrong gimmicks to introduce to golf. Golf is a great sport. I don't really understand why they changed St. Andrews. St. Andrews is a historic course. Leave it the way it is. And also, even if they play 30 unders, who cares? You know, I mean, it's a historic course. Leave the damn thing the way it is. No, they've lengthened it. It's a complete mess. Complete mess.
Well, I've seen a course or two in Southeast Asia where they have out of the 18, they've got 6 holes, 6 holes, 6 holes. So you can start on number 1, number 7, and number 13. So they have you can play 6, you can play 12 or 18, or that it just helps them get more people on the course at one time. So they're keeping to the 18 holes, and then in that instance, but it's not a 9 out and 9 in. It's 6, 6, 6. So just
Yeah, I can go with that. You know, the sort of the what you call it, the treffer, that very lucky little plant, whatever it's called, 3. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, okay. I just think, you know, they're going for the wrong gimmicks to try and make it more popular. You know, when it took a flipping illness or whatever it's called, not an illness, COVID. I don't know what it was. It was you know, to get people into golf because they suddenly realized, hey, what a game this is. It's fantastic.
well, I did a few stories on COVID and golf, and one nice thing about golf is that it's automatically social distancing because you only have 4 people going out every 150, 200 yards, so they're everybody's spread out on the course, and you don't have all these places of congregating. So it's a great place to get away from people as well as enjoy the game of golf.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's so, and as I said before, what a family game. And everybody asks me. I mean, all my 3 children, except my daughter, unfortunately, she stopped, but now she wants to start again. How did you get them on the golf course? And I said, I played for money. I mean, right from the beginning, when they were 7 years, 8 years old, I used to play for money, and it used to increase their pocket money, and they loved it. And we're not going to play again, Dad, because in the beginning, I used to lose on purpose, obviously, to get them to get the money. Afterwards, they used to beat me fair and square. But it was a good surplus to their pocket money, and they really said, "When are we going to play again?" And that's how I got them on the course. And both my sons, love playing. They love it, absolutely love it. In fact, my son's a very good player.
Wow. Now, do all your courses you design them to have golf carts as well, or you have some walking only courses?
Can you say that again, please?
Yeah, I know there's some courses that don't allow golf carts, or they.
Yeah. Europe still frowns on buggies, still frowns. There are many courses that don't allow buggies. They only allow them for people who have medical problems, Sorry, my phone. Who have medical problems. So basically, they need a medical certificate to get a buggy, But a lot of these courses haven't realized that buggies make money. And as soon as they realize that, I think there's going to be more and more buggies on courses. But Europe is still one of the areas that buggies are really frowned on, And of course, the greenkeeper doesn't want them on there anyway. So
Yeah, when I played in Kenya, I spent a lot of time in Kenya, and then most of the courses did not have buggies there either. They were all, but then again, they all have caddies, so it was easy to get around and easy loop to walk.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Pakistan and India, they all have caddies, so they don't need buggies. And in fact, it's a great walk. But in mountain courses, and we've done quite a few mountain courses, we are slowly but surely beginning to put caddy cart paths. Yes, because for the older people, you see, the older people and they want them to stay on these mountain courses. But of course, for them to get around is more difficult. So yes, mountain courses slowly but surely we're putting caddy cart paths, even in Europe.
I truly appreciate the content that you provided for our magazine. The courses that you highlighted were fabulous. I enjoyed seeing those and reading the content that you provided. I think your group does a lot of great work. We're actually going to put your website and contact information with this video so people know how to reach you if they want to contact you and contract with you. I certainly hope it brings some new projects to you.
Well, thank you very much for having us. I mean, it was great. I mean, especially as we're with quite a few luminaries of golf in there. So yeah, I mean, I'm very happy. And please, if you're ever around Dubai or Europe or something, I'm traveling all the time. I never go to the States anymore. My son studied in Florida, so I used to go to Florida when he was there. But he's here now. Everybody's here in Dubai. So please, let me know when you're coming, and yeah, we can. I won't be playing, but you can easily play with my son, and So when please let us know if you're ever in the area.
Well, yeah, Hotelier Indonesia magazine would like to thank you for your time, and we wish you and the company all the best.